in yourself the skills of being an entrepreneur, right? Already Himanshu sir has introduced Mr. Himanshu and he is Mr. Rahul. Both are founders of one particular group, that is FHNS Foods. RHNS Foods, and they have actually launched more than 6 brands of different food service outlets. He is an alumnus of 2007 batch Amity School of Hospitality, and like it is a proud for me. It's a proud moment for me whenever I bring alumni for your guidance, because their expertise will further guide you to achieve your own dreams. Right? So with this, I bring now the entire panel, Mr. Rahul and Mr. Himanshu. Please.
Thank you, Mr. Wali. Thank you, Mr. Chocolate once again. हिंदी सुनना है इंग्लिश में सुनना है मेरे को बहुत सिंपल होता हिंदी क्या है इंग्लिश वाले कितने हैं आप लोग हिंदी इंग्लिश कर ले इंग्लिश कर ले थोड़ा इंग्लिश में सब हिंदी है First of all, thank you very much, sir. आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. I feel great after coming back to college. How many years? 14 plus years? Close to 10, 12, 14 plus years. It is something which is very good for me, and as said that we have launched brands, we have done this, we have done that. We have precisely done nothing. What we have done is we are trying to make you people, or we are trying to make this new system, this new generation ko, we want to make it self-independent. बहुत सारे लोग लोन्स पे पढ़ रहे होंगे, खुद लोन पे पढ़े हैं, लाइफ को लोन पे जिया है, but कभी सोचा है कि उस लोन को चुकाने के बाद क्या? Have you ever given a thought? The moment that loan is off, maybe your parents are paying, maybe you are paying, गाड़ी है, घर है, XYZ, whatever. What's next? You are still being with that one particular mindset that we don't have an answer. हमारे पास कोई जवाब नहीं है उसके बाद का, which is आगे क्या? What's next? क्या? Survive. कैसे करोगे survive? क्या करोगे? आज से आने वाले 2 साल के बाद क्या करोगे? कैसे survive? Answer है question का. That is what my point is. What's next? How to go with it? What to think about it? And इसको कैसे करना है? That is what we are trying to make everyone independent and self-independent. Specifically self-independent. बहुत अच्छा शब्द है आत्मनिर्भर. आजकल बहुत लोग सुन रहे हैं आत्मनिर्भर वर्ड. क्या है आत्मनिर्भर? Very simple. Self-independent. How will you get self-independent? That is the question. Because you all have an idea that I want to be a millionaire, I want to be a billionaire, I want to run my father's business, I want to run my own agency, I want to run this, I want to run that. But do you have any growth line, growth map? No. None of you people have. Why you don't have? Because we are being trained in such a way that we have to follow certain norms in the industry. And I was one of it, Rahul was one of it too. Form those independent structures in life. That was the reason. My first job, the career started from a company called ICF, Indian Hotels Company Limited. Today, though, we have a lot of opportunities, a lot of companies coming here. Sir, you remember at our times? 12 hotels. First batch of Amity University. 12 hotels only allowed. No airlines. No banks, no BPOs. No means no, we will not allow. Hospitality means hotels. That is what we had at that time. But now hospitality has various meanings. Hospitality can be anywhere, just not related to the hotels. Amity School of Hospitality. Hospitality is just not linked to the hotel. It is linked to a hospital also, it is linked to a restaurant also, it is linked to a service also. Everywhere is hospitality. That's why these all things have come up. So from 12 hotels, I was किस्मत जिसे कहते हैं. I had this opportunity to get through with Taj. I gave it 4 years over there, and then the attack was happening. So I had no other option to leave the Taj at that particular time. I had to think, what next? That's why I asked you the first question, what next? So your what next comes as per your current situation. Your what next should not be based on your current situation. Your what next should be based on your situation after 3 years, which you have to analyze today. आज से 3 साल के बाद आप क्या कर रहे होगे, ये आपको आज प्लान करना है. Today only you people have to plan this before you go down to the next level and thinking what next. So my what next was leave Taj and join another hotel. Which I did. I'm not God. I have done 100 mistakes in my life, and every day I commit mistakes because then only from those mistakes I learn. Job is gone. Next job in. Then what next? I got an offer from another hotel to Marriott. I said, Marriott. I said, this is my next. But I still, that point of time, was not aware what's next. Then after Marriott, I joined Radisson. I joined Carlson as a hotel. Then again the question is what next? Working there for 5 years, 6 years. Then I thought, I'll leave the industry, I'll sit at home. You know, I've given 12 plus years in industry. Now it's a time to sit at home. And one day, I never got a call from any of them. So precisely what I was thinking कि मैं घर में बैठूंगा, वो वाकई में सच हो गया कि मेरे को जॉब ऑफर आया नहीं उसके बाद. तब मैं क्या करूँ? What's next? मैंने इंडस्ट्री चेंज. मैंने बोला अब I'll go for retail. Again, things went by 4 plus years gone in retail. Then comes down to what next. So precisely, my what next was based on what I was doing right now. 2 years below, 2 years down the line, or 2 years back, we both were having a discussion on certain points. So Rahul has been a part of NIF. Rahul has been a part of Reliance. Rahul has been a part of H&M. You know, fashion guy. अच्छे कपड़े पहनने वाला, टॉप में चलने वाला. हम वही कोट लटकाए, टाई लटकाए, बैठे सारे. हम वैसे ही. So precisely, finally क्या हुआ? My what next came not by looking for a job. My what next came after having a discussion. Now, business would not be the right word. Business would be something which requires capital. कितना पैसा पड़ा? क्या करोगे? What next? कितना बचा पड़ा है अकाउंट में? 50,000, 1 लाख, घर वालों से लेकर 2 लाख, 3 लाख, 5 लाख, बिजनेस लाख, 10 लाख, सुपर HNIs है 50 लाख, एक्सटीरियर HNIs है 1 करोड़. क्या करोगे उस पैसे का कहाँ लगाना है बॉस? That is what next means. Books, क्या करोगे? 1 करोड़ की बुक्स. You know how many books you get? What is a startup? यार I want you to have Q&A guys. Actually मैं वो motivational speaker नहीं हूँ. मैं businessman आदमी हूँ.
पहले होटल वाला होता तो बहुत मजा आता था बात करने में. You know गेस्ट से बात करो. Sir, how are you doing? Sir, कैसा लग रहा है आपको? How is the hotel stay? और वो ऐसे करके मुड़ता था. हट साला पागल था नहीं कौन. अब यार वो अपनी मीटिंग अटेंड करने के लिए यार उसे घंटा भर पड़ता है कि मैं उसको हैप्पी हूँ नहीं हूँ. उसको ब्रेकफास्ट मिल गया टाइम पे वो खुश है. उसका कमरा साफ था वो बहुत खुश है. मेरा सेल्स टारगेट पूरा हो गया वो बहुत अच्छा है. क्योंकि फिर मैं इंसेंटिव मिलेगा मेरे को. इंसेंटिव मिलेगा तो घूमने जाऊंगा गर्लफ्रेंड. ये करते हैं 90% लोग. क्योंकि घर वालों से पैसे मंगाएंगे तो खत्म हो जाएंगे. तो जैसे इंसेंटिव मिलेगा फिर मैं क्या करूंगा? मैं घूमने जाऊंगा. फिर वो पैसा खत्म हो जाएगा. फिर मैं कोल्ड करूंगा. फिर मैं ऑफिस से एक्साइट रोज सेल्स टारगेट रोज फिगर्स. बट फाइनली व्हाट विल कम? आउटकम क्या आया? 0. आउटकम आया जब आपने ये सोचा कि अब आपको व्हाट नेक्स्ट नहीं करना है, व्हाट इफ करना है. सो नाउ द क्वेश्चन कम्स इज व्हाट इफ. सो वन डे वी बोथ वर डिसाइडिंग व्हाट इफ Rahul I quit and I sit at home. What if I quit and I sit at home? And finally, while 2 o'clock in the night, after
RHS Foods was born. So RHS Foods बन गया. बड़ा इजी है आज के डेट में. पेपर लिखा, पेपर लिए, अच्छा सा लोगो बनाया और किसी भी डिजाइनर को दे दिया. भाई यार ये प्रिंट कर. बन गया.
क्या डिफरेंशिएशन है वो कंपनी में, क्या डिफरेंशिएशन है उस कंपनी को चलाने में, क्या डिफरेंशिएशन है उसको फॉर्मेट करने में, और क्या डिफरेंशिएशन है उसके अगेंस्ट वैल्यूएशन लेने में. This is what you guys need to learn, because my target is to make you people down the line after 3 years or 2 years or 1 year, the moment you complete your course, how can you start working for your own goodwill? Vishwani? How can these people can become their own employers? Employer का फर्क पता है? नौकरी करने वाला और नौकरी करवाने वाला दोनों में डिफरेंस क्या है? कोई नहीं जना नहीं अब मत बताए. तू बुक्स बताएगा तो लोग कोई और एनीवन. अब बताओ डिफरेंस बिटवीन एम्प्लॉय एंड एम्प्लॉयर. Nobody, no problem. Please.
An employer is a person who gives jobs to the person, and an employee is a person who works for salary.
So you work for salary. You work for salary. Why do you work for good living? Salary is something which is a part of your profile, but how will you get it? कैसे मिलेगी profile? कैसे मिलेगी salary? पूरा महीना किसना पड़ेगा बॉस अपने आप को. अभी तो सब अच्छे स्मार्ट लग रहे हैं, लंबे लंबे बाल है. भाई बहुत ऐसे ही था यार, ऐसे छोटे छोटे बना के. 5 साल में तो बाल ही खड़ गए यार. टेंशन क्यों है? टेंशन क्यों हुई? वो टेंशन क्यों बढ़ रही है? वो थॉट प्रोसेस क्यों चेंज हो रहा है लोगों का? क्योंकि कंपटीशन इज इंक्रीजिंग डे बाय डे. एक टाइम था जब 2006-7 में गिनती 10 रुपए होते थे दिल्ली में. आज के डेट में 7 लाख प्लस की इन्वेंट्री है जो रोज खाली पड़ी रहती है. एक टाइम था जब दिल्ली में होटल्स का एरिया 22,500 होता था. एवरेज आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट ADR, एवरेज डेली रेट. नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट ADR, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट ADR. आज की डेट में एवरेज ADR रह गया होटल्स का कितना? 2,500. Go down to a 5-star category, 3,500. Go down to a 5-star luxury category, 5,000 rupees. जिस चीज के लिए पहले मुझे 15,000 रुपए पर नाइट मिलते थे बेचने के लिए, आज के टाइम में मुझे उससे क्या मिल रहा है? 5,000 रुपीज पर नाइट. तो क्या वो 5,000 रुपीज मेरी वैल्यूज को सेटिस्फाई कर सकते हैं? मुझे एक चीज के लिए 15,000 रुपए की जरूरत है और मैं बोलता हूँ सर 15,000 एक साथ तो नहीं, मैं 3 महीने में देता हूँ. तो क्या उस चीज की वो वैल्यू रह जाएगी? गाड़ी चलाते हैं. Very good. गाड़ी चलाने का मन करता है. At the age of 26, you dream for driving Mercedes or maybe a car which you prefer to drive. अब वही Mercedes 40 साल की उम्र में मुझे मिल रही है, मेरे अंदर वो फील नहीं है इसको चलाने की. नहीं रहेगी, मैं पीछे बैठूंगा यार. मैं उस गाड़ी को स्टीयरिंग के साथ चलाना चाहता हूँ. बट जब तक मैं वो खरीद पाया मेरी उम्र ही 50 साल हो गई यार, मैं पीछे बैठूं. We are not born entrepreneurs. There must be some people out here who are born entrepreneurs. Some may not. So, I'm trying to cover up that distance so that who are born entrepreneurs can grow to a next generation level, and who are not can grow to a entrepreneurship. Any questions? कुछ आता है दिमाग में? इतनी देर मैंने ज्ञान बाबा जी का ज्ञान बांटा है. कुछ अच्छा लगा, नहीं लगा, हाँ ना, कुछ बताओ यार. Just tell me something. What do you guys feel? How do you feel? How do you see yourself? This is what I want to understand. कितने लोग नौकरी करना चाहते हैं? पहले मुझे ये बताओ. कितने हैं नौकरी वाले? उठाओ यार. I want to see raise hands. कितने लोग सोचते हैं कि भाई नहीं मेरे को जॉब ही करनी है. I want to do a job यार. Lovely. Fantastic. क्यों जॉब नहीं करना चाहते हैं? जॉब कितनी अच्छी चीज है. मंथली तनख्वाह मिलेगी, EMI आएगी, शादी होगी, बोल सकते हैं लड़की को सर भाई साहब हमारा बेटा ना इस MNC में काम करता है, 2 लाख रुपए कमाता है महीने के, बताइए कितना लगाएंगे? बिजनेस में तो मिलना नहीं है, तो क्यों नहीं करना चाहते? व्हाट्स द रीजन? अच्छी बात है, वेरी नाइस, किसी के अंडर नहीं करना, गुड थॉट, बट ये थॉट क्यों आया?
Seeing the current scenario,
Seeing the current scenario.
being into hospitality, like hospitality, how it goes.
नहीं करनी नौकरी, नहीं करनी, आई एम आस्किंग यू यार, नहीं करनी आपको? कुछ नहीं why are you doing it? What's the reason? Now I'm quite excited to understand that different philosophy, different thought process.
I found it that your job, you were bartender or something.
Exactly, you want to be a bartender. But how would you decide that you are bartending for somebody else making 15 or 16 cocktails an hour and somebody is giving you a tip of 500 pounds? Or you making cocktails at your own restaurant and then you are smiling at people, oh ladies, oh I own this restaurant.
More about startup more than the bartending course.
Lovely.
Now when you actually own something of you, what do you have created on your own?
So what you have created, how much time do you think that will take?
At least 10 years.
Lovely. So 10 years down the line you have a plan for yourself?
I do.
Fantastic. Bali sir, I'm happy sir. I'm happy people still now the हम लोग तो बुढ़े हो गए. The young generation is actually like they have the plans. That is the best part.
We have.
That is the best part.
Siddharth is having a plan. Shivam is having a plan. Like many of the students are from the very beginning. They want to set up their own ventures.
That is something
If I'm not
very
wrong,
amazing.
set up.
So I'm not against doing any job. I have done job myself for how many years? 17 plus years, 16 plus years. नौकरी भी करी है और अब बिजनेस भी कर. अब बिजनेस शुरू तो हो गया. बिजनेस शुरू करना is the most easiest task. Most easiest is to just relaunch something. The actual problem comes after the launch. Now you will have 100 of questions. Restaurant को कोई भी खोल देगा. अब उस restaurant में क्या चलेगा, क्या नहीं चलेगा, कैसे चलेगा, लोग कैसे उसको लेंगे, how people will perceive that this will work or this will not. That is where people like us comes into the picture, and which I want you to become in the future. Which I want you, whoever having a long-term goals, because none of the companies can survive without one thing, which is called vision. You can have a motto, that's very good, but if you will not have vision, that's why my question, the first question was what next? Because that will describe your vision. Likewise, this guy has been for 10 years. कि हाँ 10 साल बाद मेरे को मिल जाएगा. कितने लोगों का vision है? 10 साल बाद में कुछ तो कर ही लेंगे. वो आंसर मत देना, financially well, politically connected, ये आंसर नहीं चलेगा. ये आंसर मेरे को नहीं सुनना है. Financially stable, mentally perfect, living a balanced life. ये बहुत ही घिसा-पिटा आंसर है जो आज से करीब 10 साल पहले खत्म हो चुका है. उस टाइम पे बहुत अच्छा आंसर होता था. तो ना, where do you see yourself after 5 years? This kind of question comes specifically in HR training and asking this question. Do we really have a vision? चलो vision को भी छोड़ो. Goal setting करिए. Long term, short term, mid goal. कभी उसके आगे कॉलम और खींचा है? Completion. गोल तो लिख लिया. बहुत इजी है गोल लिखना. उसके आगे कभी लिखा है? Completion date. चल. Did anyone put up an extra column in an Excel sheet writing completion task date or task completion date? डालेगा नहीं. Whole point. Vision defining is most important. RHS was formed with a vision. It is not formed to earn money. Money will follow. Please remember, money will follow anything where people seek interest in it. The interest will only develop when you have a vision for growth. when you have a vision, you should always have a task completion time. And when you have a task completion time, you are bounded with your work, whether it's job or whether it's business. Any confusion? थोड़ा सा ज्ञान और हुआ? कितना? आधे घंटे का ज्ञान देना था, 5 मिनट में, कभी 5 मिनट का ज्ञान हो रहा है। कुछ बोर हुए, कुछ मजा आया? What do you guys have felt? क्या लगा आपको? अच्छा, जो बोर हो गया वो एक हाथ उठा दो। बोर हो गया? बोर हो गया? चलो आपके लिए कुछ और निकालते हैं, खुद बिठा लेने से। The people who have at least got 1% out of it, not out of 100, 1%. Just raise both hands. Just 1%, I'm saying. जिसको नहीं समझ आया, so क्या everyone has their own. अबे इसका अंदर कुछ समझ नहीं आया। मैंने बोला दोनों ऊपर कर दिया। I'm fine. See, things are very different as what we see. आज जो चीजें हम जैसी देख रहे हैं, चीजें कल के देख रहे हैं। जैसे 5 मिनट और बचे तो ज्ञान सेशन, क्या हम इसको ज्ञान को थोड़ा वैल्यूएबल टॉक कर लो। ज्ञान देना इसलिए जरूरी होता है क्योंकि ना हर कोई बहुत कुछ फेस करता है अपनी लाइफ। He starts with something, then he fails, sometimes he succeeds, sometimes he fails, sometimes he succeeds. Finally, the time comes when he actually live for that dream. I want you people to start living for that dream, which will not flourish right now, which will take at least another 2 to 3 years on time. काम करो, but अपने लिए। आप भी कमाते हो, आप भी कमाते हो, सब भी कमाते हैं, सब कमाते हैं। शादी के बाद किसके लिए जीते हैं? फैमिली के लिए। शादी से पहले किसके लिए जीते थे? पेरेंट्स के लिए। अरे ये क्या चीज़ है यार? नहीं, ग्रेजुएशन तो मम्मी पापा ने करवा दी ना फाइनली। 5 लाख रुपए की फीस नहीं है ना, अभी तो पढ़ लेंगे, फीस भी ज़्यादा है। तो वो ग्रेजुएशन तो मम्मी पापा ने करवा दी, या लोग से कर लिया, अब हम करें या मम्मी पापा करें, या पेरेंट्स ने नहीं करा तो वो छोड़ के गए किसी के लिए। Obviously somebody would have lost their near and dear ones, so they would have left something for their children. That is how an Indian average community works. We don't live for us, we live for the next generation. Tomorrow he will not live for his own generation, he will live for the next generation. Likewise, I am living for my next generation. अपने लिए मैं क्या छोड़ के जाऊँगा? जो मैं छोड़ के जाऊँगा अपनी next generation के लिए। This is how we work, and this is how we live. उस thought को similar रखते हुए अपनी ही चीज को grow कैसे करना है? That is what is my vision. That how can you grow yourself so that your next generation is not what you have to think about. They will think on their own. We will give them such a sustainability factor as a company so that they think on their own generation. कोई नेटवर्क नहीं है और कोई नेटवर्क मार्केटिंग नहीं है, प्लीज दिमाग से क्लियरली निकाल देना। We are not that easy people who works on those kind of stupid concepts, because maybe couple of you people would have heard about some kind of network marketing companies which do give usually these kind of big booms to you. We are not those. So we are RHMS School Services. Very simple, 2 people, Rahul Singh, Himanshu Nagia. They started the company from RHMS School Services. So now the Gyan is over. So now coming down to the how to grow and how to connect with the company. I'll tell you something about the company. First, I'll tell you the processes which we went through, the tedious thoughts which we became, and then how we are on. I'll not say that I have succeeded. मैं ये बोलूँगा कि मैं success पे पहुँच गया हूँ, क्योंकि success is something what हमारी even thinks after thinking how much, making $750 billion in $750 million in 10 days average, $75 million a day. He usually earns, and then also his happiness, his success factor is something what is way beyond his control. Similarly for me also, there is no definition for it. So, so I need a laptop and I need to connect something. Starting with that. get started. Going to slide it थोड़ा सा. So these are the two cartoons who actually started Archon schools. One is me, Himanshu, and another one is Rahul Singh, who is sitting over there. Cartoons, two cartoons. Cartoons are those who will actually entertain people. Right now, what I'm trying to do. So the two people who started this, or the two cartoons, as per in cartoon news, surprise man calling a cartoon. It gives you a smile, yeah. A clown gives you a smile. Clown is also called a cartoon. So 15 years after working, we decided that this is something we need to do for us, which we need to do for the students or for the people, or which we need to do for those people who think that yes, entrepreneurship and self-independency is very much required after this specific time which has passed. Very small, very basic thing. The company. So when I say the company, so Archon Schools was incorporated in 2021. After 2020, I left Mumbai. I was getting one of the creme company in the country, which is called Phoenix Mills, which is the company who make malls and who run malls. They are mall owners, the biggest in the country. Right? So I was with them. I left. Rahul was working with them, and we both left. And after a deep thought, we decided to name a company called Archon Schools. Now, why this idea came? One is a fashion guy and one is a hospitality. Why this thought came? फीलिंग्स की लेट मी नो यार मेरे पास दूसरा एक और भी तरीका है मैं इसमें वीडियो भी है वो भी दिखाता हूं So 2 years why this RHNS and why foods only. So 2 years ago I as a person Himanshu, we opened up a cafe at a roadside area while going down to the highway from Delhi to Dehradun. In the mid, we open up a small contemporary cafe. And the moment we opened the cafe, the COVID hit. The cafe was open and the cafe was shut. Not closed, shut. So when I'm using the word, the cafe was shut, there was a reason behind it. Because for the next complete year, we didn't have any strategy to go forward. Because the income was higher. The income was very high in terms of the expenses, or I'll say the expenses is very high, and value was zero. So we decided we have already spent so much, we have already purchased so much, our expenses have already gone so high. So what we did, we opened the cafe for we didn't charge anyone. Because this time when the low there was the movement of laborers at the highways. When the COVID hit, for the next 3 months, there was a huge movement of laborers and the truck drivers and those people who are only into the essential goods service. So there were only those people who are actually crossing by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what we did, we opened the cafe for them for free. We were offering them some Maggies, we were offering them some tea, we were offering them some coffee. So in return, when they asked, भाई जी कितने पैसे ले रहे हैं? तो उनसे बोलते थे सर आप पैसे मत दीजिए, आप हमें बताइए कि आपने बैठ के लगा कैसे? क्योंकि कैफे तो बंद है और क्योंकि अंदर वाला सेक्शन बंद है तो बाहर वाले सेक्शन में कुछ तो करना पड़ता है। तो वहाँ बैठ के ना वो लोग बहुत सारे ड्राइंग्स बना, हमको बहुत अच्छा लगा। Obviously you cannot expect a labor to write a feedback review for you. So वो आपको बड़े प्यार से बताते हैं कि भैया जी हमारे को ये बहुत अच्छा लगा, भैया जी हमारे को ये बहुत खराब लगा, ये चाय बहुत अच्छा था, ये चाय। This was done for the entire 1.5 year. 1.5 साल तक सेम चीज हम लोगों ने करी। तो हमारे को समझ आ गया कि लोगों को what people think, what do they need. And then after 1.5 year, things went, I'll not say normal, but about to get normal when we started getting good people around the cafe
They started giving us feedbacks, they started giving us reviews. And post that, the RHS food was born. While giving those ideas, keeping those ideas together, we decided to put those into a format of a company. So this cafe was not a part of the company because तब तक company बनी नहीं। तब तो सिर्फ एक कैफे खुला था, समझने के लिए हम चाहते क्या है कैफे में करना या कैफे को कैसे कैफे बना सकते हैं। And it was not a cafe which people dream and imagine going down to a Starbucks. That was not it was. It was something open air, a small section where you serve some samosas, some light snacks, some pakoras, some tea menus, some coffee menus. That's it. That was it. That's why it was called a uncontemporary sort of a cafe. I've written this. Small contemporary cafe to understand the food choice. और ये food choice देने वाले कौन लोग हैं पता है? And these were those people who precisely didn't have any money at that time. 15 रुपए, 20 रुपए. Sometimes they pay us 15 rupees, 20 rupees, 25 rupees. That was what we expect from a labor. This is what do you think? 15-20 रुपए हम लोग मांगते नहीं थे. क्या दे? They used to give us कि सर हमारे पास 15 रुपया है आप ले लीजिए. या सर हमारे पास 20 रुपया आप ले लीजिए. हम लोग करते थे, हम लोग कोशिश करते थे. तो फूड चॉइस को डिफाइन करने के लिए ब्रांड में they act a very major role. Then service behavior. हमने उनको भी वैसे ही सर्विस दी because जिन लोगों को मैं हायर कर चुका था और जिन लोगों को हम तनख्वाह दे चुके थे, सैलरी very important. अब वो चीज रिवर्स नहीं हो सकती. आज के डेट में किसी के बैंक अकाउंट में पैसा चला जाता है तो जाने से पहले आप सोच सकते हैं, जाने के बाद नहीं सोच सकते. पैसा तो चला गया, घर पे इंसान बोल भी होगा. Why not to utilize it? दो लोग allowed थे. 2 people are allowed on the highways. If you guys are aware about the rules, 2 people were allowed on the highways. Where there is a labor movement, government has given certain indications that on the highways 2 people can are allowed who can stay inside and can serve people who people are hungry. That was the rule for the highways. And इससे हमारे को 2 चीजें और हैं. जब वही लोग गेस्ट की फॉर्म में हमारे पास वापस आए कि यार ये कैफे, क्योंकि हमने सबके पिक्चर्स देखे, हमने हर जगह दिखाया that these are the people who are actually trying to help out during the COVID times. So people thought that it is a very esteemed, gesture. So गेस्ट के अंदर जब फीडबैक आने शुरू हुए तब मेरे को पता चला कि गेस्ट के अंदर ट्रस्ट करना होना शुरू हुआ. And then we shut the cafe because that mall was shut, basically a roadside. So that gave us an understanding, and during this time we were running our self-service in the market. How do people eat? What are their eating tendencies? लोग क्या खाना पसंद करते हैं, क्या खाते हैं? What is that? सबसे ज़्यादा खाने वाला चीज़ क्या, आपको क्या लगता है? सबसे ज़्यादा खाने वाली कौन सी चीज़ है जो हिंदुस्तान में खाई जाती है? बताइए. खिचड़ी. वाह, बनती कैसे खिचड़ी? Chawal, very good. So guys, you will be shocked if I tell you 64% of the country population eats rice once a day. 64%. Out of which, close to 45 to 48% are those people who eat rice 2 times in a day. And out of those 100%, 38 to 40% people are those who eat rice 3 times a day. So rice becomes the most fashionable and above. What is the any one of you any idea that which was the largest ordered dish from Swiggy ever in this country in the past 1 year, 2 years, 3 years? Right on some prospect, yes, biryani, but it is being failed by one particular dish, which is pizza. The most ordered food, that's what I said. If it's a dish, then it's a biryani. When I'm talking about the food, it is a pizza. Highest ordered food in the entire country is pizza. Online, offline, majorly online. So, what RHS Foods will do? We will cater 6 food brands in the country, and the target is very simple. Up till 2025,
we will be working with 3 brands. We will be, putting up the outlets across country for the 3 brands, and then after 2025 again 3 brands. So आप अगर सोचा तो कुछ ये भी आपके दिमाग में आएगा कि सर जब 3 ही ब्रांड लॉन्च कर रहे हैं तो फिर 6 ब्रांड क्यों आपने लॉन्च कर दिया, 3 ही ब्रांड लाने थे. That is where the word vision attaches, and I'm calling the word vision. So there it actually comes how vision takes place. So मैं क्या बनना चाहता हूँ या हम क्या बनना चाहते हैं? Anyone of you stand up and read it? पढ़ो. कोई भी खड़ा हो जाए. Stand up. जिसको भी पढ़ना है. अच्छा तभी तो बोल रहा हूँ. Pass out. Read it. I want anyone here. पढ़ो. इधर से पढ़ो. यहाँ से.
RSNS food service about us. Vision is to be a leader in food retail services with managing people and brands to communicate with each other.
Now, sit. When I say word vision, it says to be a leader in food retail services. When I say food retail services, that clearly functions a word called restaurants and outlets. That is called a food retail. And this is not just my vision, it is to manage people. Why managing people? Because you people cannot run your own outlets until and unless you don't have the calibration of managing people. So to be a leader in food retail services is managing people and brands. लोगों को और brands को दोनों को communicate करना बहुत जरूरी है. अगर दोनों एक दूसरे से communicate नहीं करेंगे, at any point of time it is not feasible for anyone to run any outlet. Mission. क्यों हर कंपनी ये 3 फालतू की चीजें लेके आ जाती है? विजन, मिशन, पर्पस, विजन, ये सब क्यों लाती है कंपनीज? क्या यूज है इसका? What's the use behind it? Is there any typical use for these? हर किसी कंपनी में देखो हर कोई यही करता रहता है. विजन बनाएगा, मिशन बनाएगा. क्यों बनाता है? Express their views. Views तो मैं कभी भी दे सकता हूँ. Point is valid, but views तो मैं कैसे दे सकता हूँ? Views is something different. To attract people. कैसे attract करें? मैं तो सुंदर नहीं दिखता हूँ, लड़की में नहीं हूँ, कैसे attract करूँ?
To have goals and objectives. Sir, if
1 point.
we don't have a vision or mission, हम किसके पीछे भागेंगे? हम किसके लिए काम करेंगे?
Guys, I don't want you people to run like a headless chicken. That's it. एक headless chicken की तरह ना भागो, इसलिए एक कंपनी मिशन और विजन बनाती है. क्या अचीव करना है और कैसे अचीव करना है? वेरी सिंपल. क्या अचीव करना है और कैसे अचीव करना है? बस that's it. Now comes down to the purpose. Purpose is क्यों बनाया गया? Why it was made? So this was made eating inside the box and outside the box. आज की डेट में आप स्टारबक्स जाते हो, इसमें तो ऑलमोस्ट बाल से हो गया है, और यहाँ से the cereal box factory. So when you're talking about to a Starbucks as a place or any of the local cafe as a place, कभी सोचा है कि यार क्यों इस तरीके की वैल्यूएशन दी जाती है कि पैक करा के बेचोगे कितने का पड़ेगा, अंदर रख के खाओगे कितने का पड़ेगा? कभी सोचा?
Costing service.
The only difference is the service. Absolutely right. The service. Same water bottle for 30 rupees sells for 200 rupees inside. You get it up from outside the same way. That is just the service. So the purpose is to create an aura both inside and outside the box. This is what the actual purpose is. Purpose is just the words. The major statement lies in here. That would be my personal recommendation. Always look like this. Because foundation plays a very important role. याद रखो, जब आप फाउंडेशन पे किसी के साथ जुड़ते हो, when you try to join, open, start something at the foundation level, आपको बहुत ज़्यादा सक्सेस मिलती है। इसीलिए मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछा था कि कौन जॉब करना चाहते हैं और कौन किसको लगता है कि नहीं यार अपना बिजनेस करना चाहिए, सेल्फ डिपेंडेंसी आनी चाहिए। क्योंकि सेल्फ डिपेंडेंसी, इट इज ऑलवेज वर्क गुड टू बी वर्किंग विद अ डेवलपिंग कंपनी, बिकॉज किसी और की डेवलप्ड कंपनी में काम करना जिसमें आपका ग्रोथ इज काम करना। हाँ जी, यहाँ क्वेश्चन आप बताएं क्या क्वेश्चन, थोड़ा ऊंचा बोलो, जोर से बोलो।
सर अगर हमें कोई एक अच्छा कंपनी में अच्छा जॉब करना तो सबसे पहले हमें एक अच्छा बॉस देखना।
Boss never guides you, they will take an advantage of you. Find a leader first of all. Secondly, you will not get a leader until and unless your thought process is like leader. Boss की तरह सोचेगा तो boss ठीक रहेगा। Leader भी आदमी होता है, boss भी आदमी होता है, दोनों से। कैसे leader और कैसे boss डिफाइन होता है, that is what how you define. How you follow, what you follow, where you follow. That makes a difference because you are yourself. Nobody can tell you to do this, nobody can tell you to do that. At last you will do that only what your mind will say. Yes, you will get influenced with the thought being. So that influence should be here, not here. Use this only for this. Meet the brands finally. Lacture is बहुत हो गया. थोड़ा सा ब्रांड्स के बारे में बात करते हैं. कोई नॉट इंटरेस्टेड हो रहा है अभी तक? Is anyone seems to be not interested? बोर हो गया और जाना चाहता हो? अभी भी बोर हो गए? No, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, कोई इशू नहीं. If you are bored, I'm absolutely okay with that. People who are bored, they can easily go. I have no issue. So coming back to the brands which was launched. What's the first brand? Read it. कुछ समझ में आया क्यों ये राइस एंड स्टाइल वर्ड क्यों यूज किया गया, क्यों राइस एंड स्टाइल नाम, क्यों राइस एंड स्टाइल वर्ड यूज किया, क्यों राइस एंड स्टाइल ब्रांड का नाम दिया? Got it. Very nice. आधे हो ना? Precisely, it is something which has to do with the styling also, because you know, Rahul is a part of fashion world, and something which is related to the hospitality or rather restaurants or rather food or rather income. Style will give you a culture, price will give you the money. जितना स्टाइल मारोगे उतना नीचे जाते जाओगे, तो जितना नीचे जाएंगे उनका ऊपर भी उठाना है बॉस, एक लेवल तो क्रिएट करना है ना तुमको. So that's how the rising style basically comes up. Then another band comes is, who can read it? Pasta. OGE नहीं, पास्ता हो गए. हिंदी में बोलो. दोबारा बोलो.
पास्ता हो गए.
मत पछताओ यार. पास्ता हो गए बोलोगे तो नहीं पछताओगे. Pasta ho is a brand which sometimes give you a feeling that pasta is pasta हो गया यार. तो पास्ता कहाँ मिलता है? कहाँ का फूड है पास्ता? इसका मतलब कोई थका हुआ इटालियन है इसमें. Best part is this brand is not a Italian cuisine. It's an Italian fusion. Very few restaurants in the country will offer you Italian fusion. If I'll offer you Italian food, after 10 minutes only you will start puking. Because that food is very bland. You cannot eat it. एक बार खाओगे, दो बार खाओगे. Fusion एक ऐसा वर्ड है because हम लोग इंडियन हैं, हम लोगों को कुछ ना कुछ डेली चेंजेस चाहिए होते हैं लाइफ में. हम ना एक जैसा पराठा खा सकते हैं और ना एक जैसी सब्जी खा सकते हैं. बट टेस्ट हमारे को भी चाहिए. अब अगर किसी को मम्मी आते पराठे पसंद है ना, तो वही पसंद है. हमेशा पसंद है. So that's how the pasta actually works. Now the third cafe comes with the munim. What do you think? क्या नाम होगा? मुनीम क्या होता है? और थोड़ा हिंदी भाषी प्रतियोगिता में आए. खजांची. और थोड़ा हिंदी भाषी में जाए. अरे मुंशी जी यार. मुंशी जी. राहुल, can you just throw some light on मुनीम का? I'm tired.
So apparently Munim Cafe is a cafe which will focus on that golden era of India. We will take you, I'll show you pictures also. We will take you into that genre where you will remember that Mother India days. You know, Lala, meri maa ke tandan de Lala. So Munshi ji is used to have. So, and for the first time in the industry, we are hiring Stevens, typically in the cafe, who have a belly. जिन बेचारों की तो उठा होगा उठा हो जाता है तो आपको दिमाग हम तो जब टोन निकल जाती है ना तो कॉन्फिडेंस लेवल नीचे जाने लगता है. मैं नहीं कह रहा हूँ, लोग कह रहे हैं. मेरे हिसाब से आदमी मोटा है पतला हो, the only difference is hair, not anywhere, it's hair. So होटल इंडस्ट्री है, ग्लैमरस इंडस्ट्री है, सबको बड़ा अच्छा लगता है. हम लोगों ने क्या किया? हम लोगों ने मुनीम जी बना दिए, इनकी टोन भी निकली हुई है और जो मुंशी जी भी हैं. And they are feeling happy because their salaries are up to the mark, they are back in action, they are running and they are earning for their families. That's how the Munim Cafe functions. I'll show you the pictures in meanwhile. Another 3 brands. Read it out. Beer with chicken. तो किसको दिख रहा है beer with chicken? किसको ले लिया भाई को? कौन है beer with chicken वाला है? अच्छा, girls for the grilled chicken. So this is the most contemporary and the most difficult name to get in the market. Beer and grilled. तुम नाम सुना लग रहा है? Yes. एक आदमी आता है ना टीवी पे कुछ भी खा जाता है. कौन है वो? Beer Grylls. बस वो Beer Grylls है. ये Beer Grylls. That's not Beer and Grylls. It's Beer Grylls. So this concept is very unique because over here we are not focusing on just one typical brand of beer or one typical brand of alcohol. We'll give an option. Once you come down to the restaurant, we'll give you an option of 3 hops and 3 malts. You choose your malt and you choose your hops. Give it back to us, we will do it in 25 minutes. आपको खास बात पसंद नहीं आती, सारे 21 वो करेंगे. नहीं में छोटे में हैं, तो sir will not continue. It's not right. I think the beer drinking level should be taken down a little less. Anyways, that is something which is what I think. So Beer Grylls is a concept which is a So Beer Grylls is a concept which will focus on the grill food, of course, not just the chicken. There are 100 other things other than chicken. And of course the beer making. Then coming down to a brand called In South. In South. क्या समझ आता है In South? South Indian होगा यार, कोई पागल दाना पत्ते में ना खाना खिला रहा होगा. ये याद है जवाब में. क्या है साउथ इंडियन फूड, कोई मुझे बताएगा? साउथ इंडिया वाला अगर कोई है तो भी नहीं, बट नॉर्थ इंडिया वाला अभी नहीं है. Exactly, life for a South Indian food in India revolves around Italy, vada, sambar, dosa, and you're done. South Indian food खत्म. You know South Indian food क्या था? कब originate हुआ था? 4500 साल पहले. Dravidian culture है South Indian food. South Indian food is a Dravidian cuisine. 4500 AD का खाना है ये. चिकन चेतना करता है, खाता है. किसने खाया? लास्ट कब खाया था चिकन चेतना? किसने खाया? कब खाया था? कनाडा में. कनाडा में मिलता है. जब केरला गए थे, यहाँ किसने खाया है? Who ate it? कब खाया? क्या है? चिकन चेतना. ये साउथ इंडियन. So, have you noticed something? Majorly, जिसमें vegetarian food होता है वो green होता है. The In South logo is very different. In South के अंदर red color दिया गया है. See, हर लोगो का ना एक वैल्यू है, हर ब्रांड की अपनी इमेज होती है. तो जो लोगो वैल्यू है वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. वो इसलिए है क्योंकि उसका जो कलर स्कीम उससे मैच करता है. So we are talking about prawn curry, we are talking about fish chetana, we are talking about chicken chetana, mutton chetana. These kind of dishes which you don't usually find in a South Indian restaurant or cafe. We are bringing that things
in a standard format everywhere across the country other than South, because competition तभी करना चाहिए जब आपको पता है कि आपने जीतने के चांसेस हैं, और वो कोई और नहीं बताएगा, आपको खुद पता होना चाहिए। आपको खुद पता होना चाहिए कि भाई मैं ये कर सकता हूँ। भाई तू कर सकता है यार, तू चीता है, भाई उठा ले हाथ, कर सकता है, थोड़ी देर में निकल जाएगा। Coming down to drinks है, क्या समझ आता है पढ़ के? Drinks in no, it is not. What else? He said it is a bar. चलो हम आप लोगों से पूछते हैं. What else? तो बताओ. He once said, sir, it is a bar. आप लोग क्या लगता है? What it is? क्या है सर? Bar. आपके लिए bar है. There's nothing word. There's no word called cocktail outlet. हाँ जी. What do you think? क्या है? ये नहीं यार, ये फोन तुमसे लगा पड़ा है, मतलब बोर हो गया है। What do you think? What it is? Hangout. There's no word. Beer is very limited in India and the licenses are very difficult. Weekend में गया? The weekend. Not done. Master कभी the weekend नाम के जाना कभी? That's the first job in the country. हाँ जी. Anyone?
Hotel sir.
No. So this concept is 4-in-1. आप लोगों में से कितने लोग दिल्ली की एक बहुत फेमस प्लेस कभी होती थी लाइफ में, which was called शिरोस? बहुत साल पहले। कौन गया है? गया है कोई ऐसा करके यहाँ? आप में से सुना है? अब बंद हो गया, बंद हुए भी 5 साल से ज़्यादा हो गया, 6 साल हो गए। So this is 4-in-1, or rather now as you said, a cocktail. Somebody said cocktail bar kind of cocktail. That is not actually a promotion word, but still people count it. So it is a pub, a lounge, a restaurant, and what? And a nightclub, all 4-in-1. Yes. So this concept will having a restaurant set level of setup for the afternoon, a pub in the evening, or maybe a late afternoon, a lounge in the evening and late evening, and then it converts to a discotheque in the night or a nightclub. So this is the brand which is called Drinks. These are few brand values. I know आप लोग बोर होने शुरू हो गए, तो मैं इसमें बहुत ज़्यादा टाइम आपका वेस्ट नहीं करूँगा। ब्रांड वैल्यूज हम लोगों की सिमिलर हैं, चाहे आप कोई भी आउटलेट उठाओ, which is same taste every time and every outlet, quick service, best sourcing, ingredients and 100% taste satisfaction. Very simple. Any questions? इसको लिख लो, इसमें से questions अगर किसी को पूछने हो, most though I've already told you what Rising Style is, what Marine Cafe is, still somebody wants to read, can of course read. He can get in touch with Sir and Sir will explain it. Very simple, very contemporary, a small discussion about the brand. Already बता चुका हूँ, इसके पूरा दोबारा repeat करके आप लोग क्वेश्चन को बात नहीं करना। So this is apparently the Rising Style revealing of logo revealing of Rising Style and Marine Cafe. This is Bearing Bills. This is Pasta Away. Drinks in and inside. All the 6 brands are registered to the government of India and have a TM certification. Now coming to the word called models. कोई कहीं और गणित पढ़ाने की जरूरत नहीं है। मॉडल मतलब मॉडल मीन्स बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर। हर चीज के लिए मॉडलिंग की बहुत जरूरत होती है। हम लोग बहुत कोशिश करते हैं, ये खोलते हैं, वो खोलते हैं, ऐसा करते हैं, वैसा करते हैं, प्रिसाइसली ऐसा करते हैं।
वो एक guideline बनाना बहुत जरूरी है. So this is the basic guideline that all the 6 brands will follow under any of these 3 models: close, compact, or direct. Very simple, very basic. When I say the models, the size really matters. All important term है, the size matters. छोटा हो या बड़ा, size तो matter करता है. Rising style. आप में से कोई आता बोलता है सर 500 स्क्वायर फीट जमीन पड़ी भाई मेरे पास, हमारा आउटलेट खोल देना. बड़े प्यार से बंदा आता है, मैं उसको बोलूँगा भाई तो जा, मुझे नहीं खोलना यार, मैं नुकसान झेल लूँगा यार. क्योंकि rising style will focus in between 100 and 300. If you are going beyond 300 square feet, you are wasting your money, time, land, space, as well as maintenance. Similarly, Marine Cafe, maximum 2,000 square feet. Bear and Grills, maximum 2,500. Drinks in 3,500, and in South Point. So, if we have given a size range to any one of these, there is a reason for it. Why we have it. I'll explain you in case if you people are interested. Otherwise, I'll go down with the presentation. Break चाहिए? बोल तो नहीं हो गए? क्या खत्म करना है? Break चाहिए? ज़्यादा हो गया. Question अभी सब सुनूंगा. अभी break हुआ है. Q&A session अभी start नहीं हुआ. Let's move on to the business character. What the company thinks to be doing. Expansion, introduction of master franchises, 150 owned outlets, and to develop 3 brands in the country. Other than these brands, which out of these 2 will be only focusing for the universities. These were the success factors which was there as what I said, success factors. So, for me right now, this is what I have achieved, or we have achieved as a company. For somebody this is peanuts, for somebody it is big, for somebody it is 0. So universal supply chain, customized, nature-friendly packaging materials, pricing to burst your belly, not your pockets. Very important point. Pricing to burst the belly, not your pockets. I'll go to the infographic, share some launch of dates for you guys. So we part of a band called Moksha for the launch of Archers Food Services. The launch happened at the Garden of Five Senses in Delhi. One of its own kind launch happened up, and this was the time when we actually launched this company into the country. You will be shocked to hear this all in Hindi. If you want, you will take it from college, but precisely this event was covered up by all the media channels across the country. This event happened at Garden of Five Senses, and there were more than 80 plus media moguls who were present at the launch. It came live on Doordarshan, it came live on ABP News, it came live on all the channels when this event was done. And these are the 2 cartoons. कौन था किसने बोला था cartoon? So these are those 2 cartoons who were actually standing there at the. There were a lot of media bites which was given, and the launch happened up in a very, very, very good way. If you want to see the video, you can see it later. I'll move on fast. This was the event flow, few images. This was how the set was looking, as and after. This was the launch. Now, when I say taste the food, this precisely because the launch didn't just have the launch, it has a tasting session as well. We were not there to celebrate an event which is focusing on मेरे भाई की शादी है कोई जाके खाना खा लेना. No, it was a similar food which is being getting served at the restaurant and the outlet. The similar food was made to taste those all 250 people who attended the launch. Few images. Anyone wanted to go in deep detail with the press releases? These are all the links, and if you can pull it up, you will see the links yourself. If I'll start playing it, it will take 1 hour, all the links. These were the few media responses from the Today's group, because there were 2 official media people, which was the Today's group and the
ABP. This was the lifestyle and the TOI, and of course the Tribune and the Confucius papers. This is the outfit and how does it look. Now you can see. लोग पूछता था ना फोटो कैसा दिख रहा है, आउटफिट कैसा दिख रहा है. It's very small sir. The picture is small. I know. Zoom लगे no. So when I was telling you the size matters, you were sleeping actually. Size की limit क्यों है? Very valid question. I'll come down. 2 minutes. I'll answer this question. Money in cafe. You guys. कहाँ तक पहुँचे अभी हम? 2022 से स्टार्ट करा था, 21 से स्टार्ट करा था कि कहाँ पहुँचे? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. यहाँ तक तो पहुँच गए हैं। आगे भी पहुँचे और बहुत जल्दी पहुँचेंगे। Grow with us in the term called RHS. Hello. www.rhs.com. I'll not take your much time because I know people are want to run now. So in case you have anything into your mind that yes, I am interested, want to be a part of the team and want to be a part of the entrepreneurship program. So refer the brand summaries. We'll have a copy with this Bali. The brand summaries and the revenue model. Just for your information, all the revenue model reports these days has to be given a permission from the government. If at any point of time your approved reports are not certified by the government, you are not entitled to open it. Thank you. And now the time of the Q&As quickly. It's 12, 1.5 घंटा हुआ है. I have another 20 minutes for the questions. So whatever people comes out of your mind, bekar, acha, questions are questions, and you should always ask. Anyone? No one. Yes, you had it.
Sometimes you would have thought that it would have been better that he would have a job.
I still think the same. You know, I should be telling you this. Day before yesterday, I was rejected in an interview. Shocked you guys? I still give interviews in the market, yeah. So that the company can think to hire somebody like me also. Yes. Your point is very valid.
So how do you cope with these thoughts? Like?
So every day you have to think first. The moment you get up, आपको दो चीजें सोचनी है. पहली चीज, what next? And दूसरी चीज, how? When you don't get an answer, you will feel diminished sometimes. But finally, one day will come, you'll start getting answers yourself. So how to cope up is what a personal being, how a person, it depends upon person to person. Sometimes people think, yes, we can do it, but they can do it. Sometimes people think that we don't have it in us, we cannot do it. But sometimes people think, yes, we can do it, and we will, or we should. So that's the personal living. I think Rahul is having a life, because he was telling us, in the morning. To cope up with these things, you have to define your vision. That's the only way out, because otherwise your mind will keep on job कर लेता हूँ, business कर लेता हूँ, थोड़ा टाइम घर पे बैठ जाता हूँ, कुछ नहीं हो रहा है तो नहीं नौकरी कर लेता हूँ, पापा के अंदर चल, ताऊजी को बोल दूँगा कहीं लगवा दूँ, बहुत सारे ऑप्शन हैं, so you have to decide yourself what your vision is. That's the only way out. कोई जादू की छड़ी नहीं है कि कोई कंट्रोल करा, हमने तो सब कुछ मॉडरेट किया है। ओपा बिल्डर है सारे डिमॉडरेट है। You had a question. सुनो यार, खाली वो 2 मिनट और दो यार, बोल बात करो। The very good question this guy has asked यार, इस लड़के ने बड़ा amazing question पूछा कि सर अगर कोई बड़ी जगह लेकर आता है तो आपको प्रॉब्लम क्या है? करेक्ट, ये क्वेश्चन। अब मुझे एक बात बताओ, तेरा पैंट साइज 42 तो 42 ही है, 44 पहन के बेल्ट यूज करेगा और 46 तो पहन नहीं। Things are designed in a way they can be achieved. If you try to overfluff anything, ये पानी का ग्लास है, इसमें पानी भर रहा हूँ, वो उतना ही पानी 250 ml ही ले सकता है, वो 300 ml नहीं ले सकता है, गिर जाएगा उसमें। Similarly, in the food industry, if an outlet can be opened up, maximum say 500 square feet, plus minus 10%, even 20% is acceptable. You know, green area बना दिया, ये बना दिया। सब क्या करोगे यार? 1000 square feet का outlet खोल के, 2000 square feet में राइसिंग सेल खोल के क्या सर्व करोगे? मेन्यू तो लिमिटेड है, मेन्यू तो लिमिटेड है, और मेन्यू बहुत अमेजिंग चीज है। So this brands have taken by taking shape. ये shape पे लाने के लिए हम लोगों को 6 महीना, you know, it took us 6 months to describe all the brands. Menu क्या होना है, क्या उसमें हम खिलाएंगे, क्यों उसमें हम खिलाएंगे। I think this will be
Okay, so because we are used to say basically the objective here with Himanshu is that he is developing these brands and he is also like working on a kind of franchising model. Now I tell you the prime objective that why we have got in here. If you have any kind of questions related to starting your own food service business, you have a particular idea but you are not clear at how to begin that particular thing, he is here to answer that query. Because 2 reasons are there. He had already passed the entire path of learning. Second, he is similar to you. Maybe after 10 years, some of you or one of you will be here. So, you know, it's a kind of reverse image right now. Right now, Himanshu is looking towards so many Himanshu sitting here. So maybe at his own time, he was not having that kind of clarification or guidance that how to start. So he learned the hard way. I do not want that you should be learning the same way. Plus, he can also mentor you. For example, you have a particular idea and you would like to associate yourself with this particular group. So he can help you establish your own setup. Okay? And he's a very interesting model. Like he can also, like you can start one of these brands, I think, right? Yes. So few of them, not all. You can tie up with them to start your initial food service outlet. So he is going to give you entire setup, like how you can set up your entire thing, and that is the prime objective, right? So maybe like because that is the gap that we are trying to fill, that gap in between an idea and a real brand or product or your particular venture.
The reason why rising style actually came up into the venture, I've told you the real reason people love eating rice and they are majorly the rice eaters. Other than that, they prefer to have a similar level of taste. The taste makes the most important difference. The food taste makes the most important difference. रोज खाना चेंज हो जाता है, रोज खाने के टेस्ट में फर्क आ जाता है। आप एक्सपेक्ट करते हो सिमिलर टेस्ट, पर खाने का टेस्ट चेंज हो जाता है। जब खाने का टेस्ट चेंज हो जाता है तो आपको उस रेस्टोरेंट में जाने का मजा ही खत्म हो जाता है यार। आप रोज एक जगह जा रहे हो, आपको एक जगह में जाके मोमोज बड़े पसंद है, एक दिन बाद होता है तो पता लगा एक दिन चला गया और दूसरा आ गया, उसमें मोमोज है यार अच्छा नहीं बना यार, टेस्ट नहीं आ रहा है इसमें। You would have faced this situation 100 of times. यार आज खाने में बोला टेस्ट नहीं मिला, टेस्ट नहीं मिला यार, जो परसों आ रहा है वैसा टेस्ट नहीं, आज अच्छे नहीं बने। बहुत सिंपल लॉजिक आप यूज करें, यार टेस्ट नहीं बना। उसका रीजन क्या होता है? उसका रीजन होता है या तो शेफ छुट्टी पे ले चला जाता है, दूसरा शेफ आ जाता है, या उसका एक सबसे बड़ा रीजन होता है कि मसाला जो है वो ज़्यादा डल गया, कम डल गया, जल गया, या खाने बनाने की रेसिपी में कोई चेंज आ गया. We have developed where the food cannot change. So at the outlet, don't intend to cut your fingers by chopping onions and tomatoes. Am I right?
Actually, they have worked out. They have analyzed the recipes. So, for example, he's talking about one particular brand has license style. So, if they have 10 different outlets at different locations, the recipe exactly remains the same. So, if you're getting like you once you will be to Dehradun and then again you come to let's say Noida, so the rice and style will be having the same kind of things.
हल्दीराम पे कौन-कौन खाना खाता है?
हल्दीराम.
सारे खाते हैं. हल्दीराम में जब भी जाते हो पाव भाजी वैसी की वैसी होती है. ना राज की रोटी बिल्कुल वैसी, दाल कचौड़ी बिल्कुल वैसी, छोले भटूरे बिल्कुल. कभी कोई टेस्ट भी चेंज नहीं मिला. कभी नोटिस करा है छोले ये रोज बनाते भी हैं या पूरे 2 साल की गड्ढे बना के रखती हैं? तो कैसे बनाते हैं? They have one centered kitchen where the entire cooking takes place, and they have their specific spice mix which they have created, but not for all the food items. It happens for very limited and specific setup. So my point is very simple. From Kashmir up till Kanyakumari, whatever state, whatever position, whatever location you go, you will get a similar standard recipe and a similar valuation. That is what it is about the rice and spices.
So very much so.
Usually busy with the number crunching, and whenever the brand image comes, it cannot just be remain on one particular person, me or him. It is what is called as brand. He has been always onto a different level, maybe not coming to the front, but crunching on the numbers, understanding the outlets to the kholna is just one step of it. It is not about just opening of an outlet or opening of an outlet. It is about managing and running the show properly. Because not today, maybe tomorrow or day after tomorrow, when the thing stumbles, at that point of time, people like us manage them so swiftly. So that's it. We should not
with a complete A-to-Z knowledge from the alumni, from the entrepreneurs, from the and of course, my students, they have learned a lot today. So keep on coming here and
We'll send you the invites for the launch program which we are starting very soon for the Green Cafes in the country. I would be glad if few of you can make it from now to there.
all of them.
We'll take it. Cost is just the start. The actual purpose is to build and create a vision. That's it. Cost is the one basic element which is attached to it, and yes, the one thing which can be recovered is the cost. But if your vision is diminished, you cannot recreate it once again. So you have to work on your vision very strongly, which I gave you a very vague, lamba chauda gyan on what next. Thank you very much.